Show us where those lions are.
I had always envisioned that the first Lego I was going to review on RetroBlasting was going to be the vintage space Legos, which I grew up with and still have from when I was a kid. But all that changed at Christmas when Melinda gifted me with the Lego Ideas Voltron. And so I thought I would give a review of that because, as Melinda told me, I don't currently collect Legos because, as you know, it's sort of like a lifestyle. Once you start collecting Legos, you really don't have the resources to collect anything else. And vice versa. If you collect other stuff, you really don't want to go down the Lego rabbit hole if you can help it. But I looked at Melinda, I said, I didn't ask for this. And she said, right, but we review all the classic Voltrons that are released. And I said, that's correct, that's fair. So I thought I owed you guys a video on this one because we do all the major Voltron releases. And this is truly a major Voltron. I'm not going to compare it to other Voltrons that have come out because I really don't think that's a fair comparison. This is from a legendary building toy line. Lego is a building toy. It comes with the understanding that whatever is built in Lego, the accomplishment is that we were able to take Legos and sort of build this thing out of them. I'm not going to try to be insulting. I don't mean to say that Lego is always an approximation, but it is always an approximation of the real thing. It is not a purpose-built and purpose-engineered product each time. It is the product through the eyes and limitations of the Lego bricks themselves. So I don't want to put this thing up next to something else simply because there is no comparison. Melinda and I built it. It comes with instructions for each of the 5 lions. So it does form into the lions first, and then you can move the lions into their normal configurations and build Voltron. You can build the full gestalt. It took, a few hours to build them, maybe cumulatively about 4 hours between the two of us, each taking a lion here and there and then putting the whole thing together. It's not a difficult build, but it is intricate. I'm not really up on modern Legos, so these were very detailed instructions. I mean, it was piece by piece going through it, and a lot of the pieces are color coordinated, I guess, so that you can read the instructions more easily. The internal pieces are color coordinated, I guess, because it has some intricate engineering. They figured out what Legos and gear mechanisms needed to be built into it, so that the lions can move their elbows as far as the arms go, and that the leg lions can move their heads into the right positions that then snap into place so that he has solid, ankles to stand on. And what I do like about this is that when you do get the full robot together, I mean, it does look pretty good. There are some purpose-built pieces for it, like, the curved pieces for the Green Lion's front section, so that he looks correct as compared to, say, the Red Lion. You've got, the fins on the Yellow Lion and the cannon, right behind his neck. That's all there. And the other thing is that the face of the Black Lion, when the human face comes down, it is built out of Lego rather than being a screen-printed custom piece, which is nice. Similarly, the cross in the center is a custom piece that then clips into a Lego hook. So it's not a screen-printed item that just gets slapped on the front. And that is really nice. I mean, they did put some thought into that. There are 2 big drawbacks to the Voltron Lego piece. There are some weird things about it, but then there are some drawbacks. Now, before I get into that, you might notice that I did not put the numerical stickers on the Voltron. It comes with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I didn't do that because the animated version doesn't look that way. And also, Lego sets tend to appreciate after they're retired, and that's not lost on me. And so I thought, well, if my stickers are still unused and I've kept all the bags and everything like that, then if I ever decide to part with this, it'll just be all that more enticing to someone who wants it. Those stickers will be unused. So the drawbacks for this guy. Drawbacks are really two big ones. One is no minifigures, which is really weird. I have to assume that they didn't want minifigures with this thing because they wanted to keep it under a certain price point. But that's really disappointing because, you know, the 5 pilots with the 5 lions, Lego's famous for their minifigures. This would have been great. And if it had just been scaled up a little bit more, you could have gotten those minifigures with it. You know, if you put a minifigure next to it, they're not that far off from being able to jury rig some kind of little compartment to stuff figures in each of the lions, and they didn't go there. So it would have been nice to have Voltron pilot minifigs to go in these lions. And that's even more confusing when you consider that in addition to the cross and the star for his belt, the Voltron set comes with all of these minifig tools. They're these gold plastic minifig tools. And Melinda and I were like, what are these for? You know, you can actually fit them in the hands of other Lego minifigs. But there are no Voltron minifigs to use with them. And they're building tools. They're these little, you know, drill and, you know, socket wrench and, you know, spanner and all that kind of stuff. And they oil can. They don't mean anything. I guess, hey, when you buy Voltron, Superman and Batman and Harry Potter can come work on Voltron? I don't know. That's bizarre. The other funky thing about this Voltron is just a limitation of the Lego bricks themselves. The red and green lion's legs, when you try and form up Voltron, the ones right up here by his shoulders, they're constantly popping off at the joints. The ratcheting joints on them are very weak and they're very finicky. They're not breaking, they're just not holding on. And so they're popping off and you're trying to put them back on and they won't configure the way that they're supposed to. So like, I don't know if you can see this, but this one right here, I had to reorient 90 degrees out from his shoulder, which is incorrect to the box picture because it just wouldn't take that position without you know, half his leg popping off. So that was kind of a letdown, I won't lie. There's no articulation in the legs whatsoever. The legs are solid Lego constructs, and they are permanently splayed this way in both the Black Lion form and the robot form. I assume it's so that when the yellow and blue lions are put on him, there's room for that to happen. So they gave it a permanent angle to his thighs. So when you form up Black Lion, his back legs are always splayed, which is, you know, this is Lego, guys. This is not, you know, a purpose-built item like the, you know, Sola Chigokin or the original Popey or anything like that. Now, as far as the transformation goes, the limb lions, the red, green, and blue and yellow, they have the arms or legs. Their legs fold up in pretty much the same way that all Lion Voltron toys' legs have folded up since 1981. And for United States, 1984. There's not a lot you can do with that. I mean, the design was pretty solid the first time, so they fold up that way. Now, the Black Lion, his legs, the Black Lion is pretty much a parts former. I believe that's the jargon that Transformers collectors use. He's a parts former. His legs don't rotate. You pull his front and back legs off and then rotate them independently and then repeg them back onto the robot, because otherwise he wouldn't have the structural stability needed with the Lego construct to do what he needs to do. It's weird. It was unexpected, but it does give you confidence in the final build because, I mean, this guy is solid. He's really solid. He's not going anywhere. They even went so far as to put little rubber treads, little rubber wheels underneath the blue and yellow lions, so that if he's on a smooth surface, he won't go sliding around. He's kind of got little tennis shoe treads on the bottom, which is nice. The face, as I told you, is not a screen printed item. It's actually built out of Lego, which is cool. And it doubles as Black Lion's lower jaw. So his nose is, if it's in Black Lion configuration, his nose is kind of like a mouth cannon because it has a little hollow end on it that you don't see when the face is down and the nose is pointing down. All in all, I would say this set is ideal for two types of collectors. I would say this set is ideal for hardcore Voltron collectors, people who just collect Voltron and that's their thing, and now Lego has put something out. It's in that sense, it's, I want everything Voltron that's ever been licensed. That has to be your mentality if you're a Voltron collector. Then you would definitely want this, because this is possibly Lego's only foray into Voltron that I can anticipate. The other type of collector that would want this is a Lego collector. However, if you are a broader toy collector, like myself, this is not something you're going to go after, because it is a building toy first and a Voltron toy second. Like a Lego collector, for example, who has devoted themselves, like I said, they've devoted all their resources to being a Lego person. They are a brickhead through and through, but yet they loved Voltron growing up. They're going to be really excited about this, because it's like, oh, finally I can revisit Voltron, but through my passion. And that's great. But for somebody like myself, who is not a Lego collector, I focus on, purpose-built and purpose-engineered toys. This is not something that I would have normally gone after. And I don't know, given its price tag of, I believe it's $200 or somewhere around there, it's kind of a steep investment to go into, and that's the way it is with a lot of Legos. That's just the way Legos are, and that's why I haven't gone down that road. The big disappointment is that it is not minifig compatible. I think that was a big miss on Lego's part. Otherwise, it's very nicely constructed, and it does look great as the robot on display. The lions, not so much. When you have them in lion form, they just kind of look spindly. They've got little spindly legs. They're not the best looking lions out there. I would say the way their legs look, it's on par with the Matty Collector legs, honestly. Because they mostly can only do things straight, straight up and down. So the lions all look like they're kind of statues rather than beasties. If you recall, the Matty Collector Black Lion, his front legs couldn't hold his weight, so he constantly falls over. Well, that's the same issue with the Lego Lion. You have to kind of get it in one position and just kind of let it stay there. There's not a lot of dynamism with the lions. If I was to have this on display all the time, it would be as the Gestalt. It would be as the full combined Voltron. That is clearly where they put all of their design effort, is into how does the final robot look. We're not as interested in how the lions look individually. They're almost like props until they get put together. I do like the way that they did the sword and the shield, or the space cutter. It's not really a shield, it's actually a throwing weapon. I like the fact that the handguard is back. I like the fact that the hilt and the pommel are now the right colors again. A lot of times with the purpose-built toys, they just make it all silver. But in this case, they went accurate with it, much like the Sola Chogokin and the Matty Collector for that matter. So it does look good in that respect. But I think it's for hardcore Lego collectors who happen to like Voltron from their past, and Voltron-only collectors. If you are just a toy collector and you like Voltron and want a Voltron in your collection, you need to go with more of a purpose-built, engineered Voltron toy, like a prestige format toy, like the Sola Chogokin or one of the Toynami pieces, or an original Popey/Bondi, depending on which one you get. So yeah, nice piece. Glad Lego did it. And this is kind of a preamble, because next up for us, as far as Lego is concerned, is going to be the vintage space Legos, because that's what I grew up on. I've just bought all the parts that I was missing for all my little vehicles, and they're coming in soon, so we're looking forward to that. I'm going to be getting a few additional pieces for the video, so you'll see space Legos this year, which should be really exciting. And we're also working on a few more videos as well, as you know. So great piece. Hope you enjoyed seeing it. As Melinda has said, we're always going to review the Voltrons that come out that combine the lion and if there's a lion and a vehicle Voltron that come out that combine, then we'll review it. So if it's the classic versions, if it's the Go Lion Die Rugger versions, we will review it. So thanks for watching this, guys, and we will see you on the next video, which will be coming soon. Not next week, because we're in the middle of some stuff next week, but there will be new videos right on the heels of next weekend. We'll be working hard next weekend to get some things going. So hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon.